the next thing is go to Burial Isle. Dragon Savior, and that's me. Is this where the inn is? I have 4 campfires. I have 4 of them. I have as many as I can carry. I have 4 of them. I'm full up. I'm full up on campfires.
I wouldn't really know. I've never been to any of the Deadfire settlements.
Hey!
My parents told me very little.
Pirate stories.
Pirate.
That's me. I'm from
time to
Deadfire.
time, my mother says she misses the quiet of her village, but little else. She has always pushed my sisters to do what she could not as a child.
I don't miss my village.
All right, y'all. Deadfire, where have you heard that before? The new game is Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. That's the game. That's the name of the game. That's the game's name. We're playing that tomorrow.
Hail, traveler.
Can I have a room? Okay. Okay, so now is Emo Mom still being the best, or has she been eclipsed by other allies? In your opinion,
you must gather your party before venturing forth.
Fucking. The only problem I have with Emo Mom is that I still have a quest from her, and I don't know how to like trigger the quest to go. Also, I haven't looked into her abilities that much. She hasn't talked to me. She was really cool when she was talking to me, but now that she's not talking to me, I'm mad. I'm mad. She doesn't want to talk to me. You think it's more benevolent to save the dragons? I mean, no one else is looking out for the dragons. Only me. I'm the only one looking out for the dragons, alright? No one else. Everyone else is like, ew, dragons. And I'm like, but wait. Dragons? I saved, Kane. I just saved. We're okay. There's enough humans. What's the dragon population looking like? You know? I agree. Wait, how am I supposed to get to... Is it from the Old Song District? Maybe I'm in the wrong district. You heard a doctor who cast Detect Strange on Bluejay once? Yeah? And? Did they detect Strange? Oh, here we go. Burial Isle. Let's fucking go. Let's end this. Do I still have a baby in my bag? Where's my baby? Ah, yes, the baby. I still have the baby, chat. Everything will be okay. You know what would be rad? It would be rad to, if you have a Twitch Prime sub, to use it to help your good friend Bluejay. That would be rad. I don't know if you've been watching, but I've been watching. My sub count. Just go. All right. Look at me. Burial Isle. Dorval greets you with the same quiet smile. Have you finished your business here? No.
Troubled spirits surround us.
Iovara.
Do you remember when we were children? and the missionaries came to tell us about the gods. They told us we could see them in the stars. And we snuck out one night and climbed the watchtower in the old fort because we thought we could see them better from up there.
Yeah.
That fort burned down a few years ago when we cast the missionaries out. It was the missionaries who set fire to it. They didn't want us to be able to use it. Shame. There was history in that fort.
They'll do a lot worse if they ever return. Those missionaries are all inquisitors now. Strange to think they're the same people underneath. But I suppose you would know. This is your home as much as it is mine. Do you worry about it? Our being here puts Kratom at risk. I wish I could say I thought otherwise. But hearing someone else say it helps settle some things in my mind. I
miscalculated many things since this began. I'm relieved you weren't one of them. It's a good thing we didn't hang you.
You fucking just say that to somebody? Good thing we didn't hang you. Okay, thanks.
I always knew this path would have consequences, but I never wanted to see Kratom suffer on my behalf. I don't think I can stay here any longer. I am told the Inquisition is gathering an army, that they have sent messengers to bargain with rulers from distant lands. Kratom is not built to withstand a siege. If war is coming, I should be doing what Theos is doing. I will need allies. Allies in a stronghold that can resist an invading army.
You can feel words formed long ago rising in your throat like toxic black bile. Have you thought about Oceanosis? Wait, Oceanus. Oceanus.
They have held off many would-be invaders, and their king has no love of the Inquisition's faith. I wonder, would he listen?
It will be preferred greeting in the future. Good thing we didn't hang you. What was that? That just went into my body? Why? Why did that just go into my body?
Hello? Hello? Off that. Off that.
So we're level 12 now? Oh, fucking druids.
What the hell's my...
Okay. Just wait just a fucking second. You hit this motherfucker. You hit this motherfucker. You hit that motherfucker. You hit that motherfucker. Adam! Thank you for the host. You hit that motherfucker. And you hit that one. Okay. Just everybody. Wait, you go finish off that druid. It's a raid! Oh shit. Hi raiders. Hi Adam. How are you? I hope that you are doing well. I think that you are great. Hi, Rising Cosmos. We're on the last quests for this game. For Pillars of Eternity. I got to the bottom of the Endless Paths of Cade Noir. I got to the bottom of the Endless Paths. I know, they're not endless, actually. And then I made friends with a dragon! Ha! Dragon friends! I finally know what it means. I'm friends with a dragon. So there. I bet you're jealous. You're jealous that you're not friends with a dragon. I am. I'm friends with a dragon. You're not friends with a dragon. I'm friends with a dragon. What was that? Like, how good of friends? She owes me a huge favor. Stop going into my body, you weird blue wisps of light. She was stuck in the bottom of my basement for 2,000 years, and I let her out. That's how good of friends. You are on Adam's stream? That's rad. Adam is rad. Welcome, Lava Dude. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I already have the maximum quantity of camping supplies. Oh shit, we better get in a fight. Yeah, so me and the dragon are really close. You want the soul wisps? That's what Bareth is giving you? Oh. How do I know Adam? Well, once upon a time, I went to Boston. And when I was in Boston, I went to a bar because that's where all the cool kids were hanging out. And one of those cool kids was Mr. Adam Coble. And I was like, who the fuck are you? And he was like, I'm Adam Coble, author of multi-award-winning tabletop role-playing game Dungeon World. And I was like, do you always introduce yourself like that? And he was like, yeah. And then I was like, okay. And he was like, have you ever played Dungeons and Dragons? And I was like, no, that's for nerds. And then we played Dungeons and Dragons.
Parathis! Lava.
That's what happened. That's my story. Hi, Mountain Coder. How are you? Ow. What's this? I don't want to go there. I want to go to other places. Let's see if we can find more places to adventure in. Oh. Yeah, get fucked, this guy. I'm not exactly sure. I've never been to this area, so I don't know what I'm looking for. Oh, here we go. Oh, fuck. Look at these things. You gonna deal with some petty work politics today? Ugh, gross. That sounds extremely unpleasant. I'm sorry that you had to deal with that. Yeah, so this is the last island, and I guess we're going around collecting souls to make it easier to fall down the hole to the... What's the place called? Sun in Shadow. So that's what we're up to. Whoa, that was rad. What was that? Ah, damn, that was so cool. There's a lot of cool stuff on these bodies. That makes me upset. I'm scared.
Hello.
Whenever there's a lot of cool stuff on bodies, I'm like 100% certain that I'm about to die. Hey, chaotic good boy, how are you? Right? Isn't that how it goes? If there's cool loot, that means you are 100% certainly going to die soon. I've never, ever, ever been misled by this theory. You picked the wrong day to forget to take your allergy meds? Oh, Jesus. That's not great. You just got back from seeing Infinity War with your son? Oh, well, I'm glad that you and your son had a little movie date. That sounds like a lot of fun.
You're not getting through me. You're not getting...
Yes, we heard you the first time, Eater.
Hey.
I'm ready.
There's a lot of phantoms here. Oh, thank you. I will save after this battle if I survive this battle.
Let's have it out!
Let's have it out!
That's not very helpful.
You forgot to take your birth control? Oh, dang. I mean, just don't have any sex ever and you'll be fine.
Both slumbering. Don't.
You know, that's what they say. The best way to not have babies is to just never have sex ever.
Lava will be on seek.
Aw, Jack, that's so cool.
Let's end this. Brave thou Philon Nearly.
I mean, yeah, same, Aldrich. That works too. No babies.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea, which is not very quiet.
Ooh, look, secret skeleton. Another camping thing. God damn, I'm scared now. Like, I've seen 2 different camping things around, and like, I don't know, man. It just, it squicks me out. I'm squicked. Oh, saving, thank you. You're right, I do have a dragon friend. Everything will be fine. I have a dragon friend.
Another turn, Inquisitor.
Oh. Ah.
I ask again, Iovara Ixensios, do you confess to these heresies of which you stand accused?
He waits, but Iovara only stares straight ahead, her face stony, the creak of her restraints the only sound.
Do you confess to apostasy?
What's apostasy, chat? Let me real quick, I don't... Apostrophe. The abandonment or renunciation of religious or political belief. Ah.
I confess to renouncing a mistake.
Ah, fuck, burn! Sorry, I'm sorry. She opens her mouth to speak, strands of thick, thin spittle spanning from one lip to the other like a spider's threads.
Do you confess to conspiracy against the one true faith?
I confess to opening minds.
You know, at this point, I actually want her to die. I'm sorry. It's just fucking... That's the worst. Please.
Do you confess to false prophecy?
I confess to following a false prophet.
Indeed. And where might we find this heretic?
He wears the robes of a Grand Inquisitor.
Oh, burn! Theos, what are you gonna do? She just totally burned you. I'm sorry, this is just the worst
You
writing.
have no followers here, heretic. Your lies hold no sway in the court of the penitents.
Only my truth, then.
Seriously, who wrote this, though? Like, honestly. Like, cool. You're really cool.
Another turn.
No! Wait! Wait! I'm ready. I'm ready.
Confess.
You are ready to give a confession?
I'm ready to hear one from you.
I'm just, like, okay. Theos shakes his head and points at the Inquisitor, and the scraping grind of rusted gears echoes in your mind as the apparitions fade away. I mean, if I were Theos, I probably would have done the same thing.
Hello. The exiled queen. Let's hope that grim countenance bodes well.
Okay, the quest is telling me to leap into the pit, so here we go. A great pit lies in the shadow of the statue of Woodica. No light from the surface reaches the bottom, but even so, you catch flickers of a ghostly glow in the depths. A wind from the pit buffets you. It isn't cold, but it raises goose flesh along your arms. The wind carries a whisper, low and sibilant. As you look into the pit, souls gather around you. They encase you in a cloud of essence that swirls around your body while you consider your next move. I fly like an eagle into the pit. And the rest of my party members all fucking die because they didn't become the trusted of Bareth or what the fuck ever. They jump in after me like a bunch of... What are those, like, birds that all do the same thing? What's that saying? Like, there's a bunch of... Oh, chat, help me out here. Help me sound smart. The ones that just, like, do... Isn't it a bunch of birds? They all just, like... follow each other? Lemmings. Yeah, lemmings. My party members all follow me like a bunch of lemmings, but they don't have a bunch of souls to buffer their fall, so they just fucking die. They're not birds? I don't know. I just thought they were birds. I think everyone's a bird. The sudden drop takes your breath away, but the souls catch you, encasing you in a shining, thrumming aura. But while they slow your descent, you can still feel that you are falling faster than you should. The essence flowing around you is strong, but chaotic. You find yourself drifting toward the wall. Pallegina falls with you for a moment, but seems oddly buoyant during her slow descent. Feathers fluttering silently along her arms and the sides of her face. Suddenly, her golden eyes grow wide and she shouts, "Look out, Arloon! The wall!" Take control of the souls to guide yourself to safety. Concentrating, you focus on the essence around you and knit it together in your mind. What was a jumble of souls becomes a single entity, coordinated and purposeful. It steers you to safety at the center of the pit. Wow, Bluejay, not everything is birds. Yeah, you're not a bird, because you're not subbed. Ha! Burned. Owned. I'm practically as good as the writers of this game. I'm sorry. You managed to spread your arms and legs into an X, studying your position and the rate of your descent. Oh, I've had training.
Welcome to the flock.
Now what? I mean, I've been called out. I'm so sorry. You're a bird now. There you go. Welcome to the flock, fellow bird. Thank you for the prime sub. Okay. I reached the court of the penitents. We did it. We did it. Me and Kojak. We reached the court of the penitents because we're birds. I completed Act 3. Yes. How many acts are there in this game? We just got here. Of course, we'll be very quiet. I'll be very, very quiet. Gotta make sure that we don't die right after we get out of the pit.
I wonder what this is.
So many traps, so little time. A millennium's worth of dust fills in the cracks. Ooh. Ah, yay, ghost! Yes, I've already saved. One sec. Ugh. I had a coaster underneath my plate. Yes, I'm gonna be one of those nerds that probably eats pizza with a fork because I made the crust too thin. No, or I can't do that. I was gonna try and eat it with a fork, but I don't think I can actually do that. Yeah, Zepti, I really enjoyed it too. It's gotten really good towards the end. Okay, are we done with the... Fold it, roll it up. I'm gonna... The pillar tugs at your essence, a pulse from the world itself moves through it. Oh, rad. Let's just fucking kill all these motherfuckers. I got it. I got it. You know, I'm so confident that I can kill these guys with my AI that I'm just gonna eat some pizza. I made a square pizza because I made it on a cookie sheet. You know, at least these people aren't gonna dominate my brain. Ooh, I like that move. Yeah, that's right. Get fucked, Spectre. Hi, Firefly. How are you?
Leave it to me. Leave it to me.
Deadfire looks a lot better than this piece of nice game. Yes, tomorrow will be nice. Remember that this game is 3 years old, and while 3 years might not seem like a very long time, graphics have gotten a lot better in the last 3 years. You're okay? Okay is okay. I'm glad that you're feeling alright. I really don't need any of this bullshit. I don't know why I keep picking it
My
up.
thoughts will be as silent as my feet.
Well, it wasn't a graphical powerhouse in the first place. It really isn't. No. When's the Dragonborn due? Oh, you mean because me and that dragon lady are gonna bang? You know, soon.
Leave it to me. That's it. Black bones of Aethys.
Black Bones of Aethys? Oh, isn't that part of like the new game? Aren't we gonna look for Aethys or something? I think I heard something about Aethys for the new game. Let's pal around and find some Aethys.
Not a sound.
Getting a lot of potions. I'm afraid.
I wonder what this is.
my god, Jack, that's crazy. Jack was just making his like wish list for the convention, whatever that is. Watch the Kickstarter video before you play? Before I play? What if I just go into it blind, though?
That's not very helpful.
The event finder can filter by system. Oh, that's so cool.
Lava will be on seek. That's not very helpful.
That video's in the game? Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah, I've thought about going to Gen Con, and it's definitely one of those things where it's like, oh, you need to go to Gen Con at least once in your life or whatever. Like, I've definitely thought about it in that manner. But I just don't have the money to go to any, like, non-Seattle cons right now. I'm going to TwitchCon. I'm going to go play Northwest because it's in town. I'm going to PAX because it's in town. And I haven't got any plans for anything else because that's going to be me up until, like, October.
Leave it to me.
And then it's, like, it'll depend on, like, finances and stuff. Come on, guys. I know that it's hard to hit everybody because we're all in this line here, but surely you should be able to.
Parathis!
Gen Con is definitely an expensive con to attend. Yeah, so, I mean, eventually I'm sure I'll make it out, but just not this year. Just not this one. Hi, Space Jam, how are you? Why haven't I summoned the Drakes yet?
Not like that.
You're not.
I mean, I room with Adam at most conventions, but, like, it's still expensive.
Lava will be on
The
seek.
best way is to get someone to pay your way. I've had a couple of cons where a business paid for me, my ticket and my hotel and my, like, flight, and it was so nice. But that doesn't happen very often, at least not at my level. Yay, we did it! Okay.
Quietly now.
I'll have it in no time.
I'll have it in no time.
The work of a moment.
Whatever that is. No? There's nothing over there? Remember to save. Thank you! Honestly, that is the most difficult thing for me, is remembering to save, so thank you for helping me. Oh, a cutscene. Perfect time to eat some pizza. A column of Adra rises above you, stoic and silent, its ridged layers a measuring stick for the passing of ages. It feels to you as a thick block of ice, and you perceive buried deep in its core a dim, flickering flame, all but extinguished, yet preserved against the ravages of the elements. At your approach, the flame seems to steady and draw strength, and the layers separating it from you melt away, and you are bathed in its glow, a bright beacon in the gloom. The glow seems to fade as though you had adjusted to its intensity, and where it was, Iovara steps into existence. An Adolic? What is that, Adolic? Someone who is ideal and perfect, or something that doesn't exist. That's a good word. An Adolic shade hovering above the moist prison floor. Though ageless, she appears somehow different to you now. A slight stoop to her carriage, perhaps, or a trace of sunkenness in her eyes. There is a broad scar across her face, fibrous and wormy, where flames once lapped, unhealed even in death.
Hello, sister. It has truly been ages. You are so different now from who you were then, yet much remains the same. Old troubles with a new face. What is it that has brought you here?
It would seem that I have unfinished business here.
I'd hoped after our last discussion you would find what you sought. Has it eluded you all this time? I can only guess your presence here has something to do with Theos.
Duh!
The energy of this place changes when he is near. I don't know what he has done, but I do know of the souls that pass through here now. They do not come by choice.
Theos diverted them from the cycle. He seeks to empower Woodica and to blame Animancy for the damage he's caused.
After all this time, he would still stand against the tide.
You knew me when Theos did. There's something I need to know about that time.
I will tell you what I remember.
There's something about that lifetime my soul can't let go of. I need to know what it is, and I'm running out of time. I see moments from that life, of you, of the Inquisition, of Theos.
I can see his influence, still hanging like a weight about your neck. So it always was. He had inspired something in you. We spoke of him the last time you were here also.
The last time?
It was just after the trial. You were agitated. I think because you started to consider that what I was teaching may have been true.
And what was that? Iovara's mouth tightens and her brow furrows, a look of pity. Her eyes shift back and forth between each of yours, as if looking for something that would help her decide whether to speak.
That the gods aren't real.
What? Of course not. It all makes sense now.
I'd dreaded the idea from the moment the Delimgon suggested it. And yet, it almost feels like a relief. She's not serious.
There's a theory puts my boldest to shame. But we ourselves have seen the gods' influence.
Yeah.
What I taught was that the gods whose faith we had been spreading were not gods at all, but something else entirely. Something created by people.
Who? And for what?
They were conceived by Engwyth, a society of high minds and broad concerns. Theos' people. In their time, every people worshipped its own gods. Sometimes they warred over it. After a few wars of their own, the Engwythans sought an end to it. They devoted all their energy to finding the true creators. Generation after generation, they prodded and worked the stitching of the world and unlocked its secrets. One day, they found an answer. Except the answer was no answer at all. There were no gods to be found. Or if there ever were, they were gone. It shook them, this finding. If they could discover this on their own, how long until others would? How long before war and chaos reigned over a world without consequence? But they had mastered many things in their pursuit of these answers. And with their mastery, they crafted their own gods to fill the void, and sent missionaries to the corners of the world to spread their faith.
How did you discover this? And how did no one else discover it?
The Nguithan missionaries all knew it, but they never told the rest of us. They meant it to be a secret that died with them. And in the end, they allowed their bloodlines to fade from memory. I had been assigned to join a few of them at a temple. I found the door to their chambers closed, but the room was stone and the door thin. Their voices carried. I heard enough. I investigated the things they spoke of, and everything was there, just as they said it'd be.
Later on, after I left the Order, a few Nguithans found my words persuasive and joined my cause. They revealed what I did not already know. And this is why you started your own faith, a godless faith?
I never thought of it as faith, but I think you are right to call it that. Let the world see. Let them decide what to do. That was my faith.
I hate her.
I became a missionary because the gods brought me hope that I wanted to bring to others. For a time, the truth sent me to a dark place. Then the day came when I realized nothing had changed, that I still had a purpose, and the purpose was the same and it was worth living for. I began questioning the other missionaries in public, exposing their
I
parlor
hate her.
tricks.
I hate this
In
kind of
time,
person.
Their following became mine. You asked me this once before. Nothing I can say would be any proof, and it may be certainty your soul craves. Resolution. But if you are bound for the same place Theos directs these souls, you will see for yourself, as you once did. Everyone faces this truth at one time or another. Few confront it. Few have the stomach to ask what if. And in avoiding the question, they deny themselves an identity of their own.
Iovara scans her audience in silence, her eyes thoughtful, lingering on each member of your company in turn, finding interest in things unseen.
What if all the tragedy, all the persecution, came in defense of an imposter?
That's not... That can't be right. Aethys, he's done miracles for people.
Yeah.
The power of the gods is undeniable. The truth of the story they weave is not.
What does it matter if their gods are just super, super powerful beings, though?
What if you had always been alone, without guidance?
Well, as poorly as I've chosen my guides, I suppose it would be a comfort to know that I'm free of them.
This doesn't make any difference. They're still, like, really powerful, like, beings. Even if they're not gods, like, what's the difference?
The freedom has always been. It was the guidance that was the illusion. If all our common threads are spun from a lie, what's left to bind us together?
All of us across Eora are trying to survive, to make sense of the world. What could better bind us together than that struggle? We'll find our own truths. Make them if we must. We don't need an ancient lie to bolster us. United, the Nguithans created gods. Mortal men and women coming together to do the impossible. Let us surpass them.
Yeah, I mean, that's the better idea. Like, hey, these people created gods. We can do better.
What if even mastery over all things cannot answer the most basic of questions?
I stopped asking those questions long ago. It is enough to care for those we love with the time we have in this life.
What if the cycle of birth and death is nothing more than a tool of endless preoccupation?
What do you mean? The grieving mother returns Iovara's gaze, nodding her head almost imperceptibly. For a moment, all is silent. Iovara nods back, seemingly moved by some unspoken understanding. You feel the weight of Iovara's translucent eyes upon your soul. What if we can be assured of nothing? Then it is the questions that have always been posed. Wait, then it is the questions that have always posed more value than their answers. Then fewer people who realize that, the better. Then all we can do is endure. What if we can be assured of nothing? Then it's the questions that have always posed more value than their answers.
Isn't that what brought us here? Seeking the man who's haunted you for lifetimes? Who I've unwittingly followed for years?
A question is a journey, and a journey is what makes us who we are, it's true. But when one journey leads only to the next, then where may one find rest?
When you're dead. Like everyone else. I don't fucking know.
I ask these things not to trouble you, but to show why they must be confronted. No answer is simple. But somewhere between them all lies a truth so beautiful, not even a god could conceive it. Do we not owe ourselves a chance to find our part in it?
I don't think it makes much difference either way.
I often wonder that myself. If things had gone differently, if the world had taken my faith instead of the Anguithan's faith, would it truly be what I had envisioned? I've been alone here with my thoughts for so long now. I've found peace with my failures and with my punishment. I no longer curse fate for what might have been. But there is one thing that has clawed and scraped at my mind all these years. One thing that will not be put to rest until I know. Until I understand. I need to know why you chose to remain with the Inquisition, even after you'd learned the truth. Do you remember?
As she asks, the memory springs to your mind immediately, as though it had just happened. I never forgave you for what happened. Your teachings were a threat to all I believed in. I wanted to please the gods. Your capture brought me glory. I resented you. I was afraid of what Theos might do to me if I didn't agree to it. I don't think I had a reason. I just did it. This is the only time I will ever choose the cruel option, but I'm going to. I'm sorry. There are no assurances. Boom! I'm sorry. She's just like, I don't like her. I just instinctively do not like her. I don't. Iovara looks at you with the face of one condemned. Her mouth moves, but she speaks no words. Her eyes glaze, focused no longer on you, but on some invisible, crushing vision before her. Did my opinion matter so much to you?
I've always looked up to you, since we were children. You had heard both sides, seen everything. If not you, then who?
You're never going to be able to convince everyone of anything, true or not. There will always be dissent. I see your point. Your optimism has always been misplaced. That's why you're here now. I think there's always going to be dissent. Always.
I expected dissent. But I needed to know that true faith
You
would
liked
prevail.
her? I don't like her at all.
Perhaps I've been wrong to place so much importance on one person's actions. It was all I could do to feel like there was an answer. You denied me a chance to know the reasons. But even if you hadn't, some part of me would always know it didn't truly answer what I wished to know. Nor will an eternity of silent contemplation. I will have only my guesses and suspicions. And that will have to do.
Me conductor. Great timing. Thank you so much for that, Risa. She's too philosophical for you. Yeah, I think the reason why I don't like her is because she's so like, I'm right. Everything I say is correct. I found out the secrets and I spread the truth among the people. They were so misguided. You were so misguided, but I knew. I hate it. I fucking hate it. You played a priest of Scan and you were radically pro Iovara. Fuck the gods over. I mean, it's not that I like am on the god's side or anything. I just hate her attitude. I don't know.
And what of your understanding of our past?
And I hate her voice.
Are you at ease with the choice you made?
I see the world differently now than I once did. I regret what I did to you, and I wish your forgiveness. Stream using that voice forever. It takes an extreme amount of strength to fight against a tide of repeated lies, even if you lose. I don't know. I think it takes an extreme amount of stick up your butt to like, I don't know. The type of person who is like super calm and gentle and like, you're wrong about everything. Like, I fucking hate it. I'm sorry. Like, I really hate it. Like, I just want to tell you how everything you think is wrong. And I'm going to force my beliefs on you because my beliefs are the right ones. Sorry that you've been misguided your whole life. But here, let me tell you the truth. Fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. I don't know. I fucking hate it. I hate it. It gets my goat. I just hate it. Anyway, killing you is probably bad. Someone who'd say, I'm sorry you don't see how wrong you are. It's oh yeah, Jack. Yeah. Someone who would say, I'm sorry you don't see how wrong you are. It saddens me. Like, oh, I fucking hate it. That's the kind of person Iovara is, and I hate it.
I have always forgiven you. Whatever your reason, no quarrel of ideas can sever ties of blood and essence.
Look at this.
No parting of ways can erase memories of times without worry. Times when even without gods, we were never truly alone.
Even without gods, we were never truly alone, chat. Even without gods, we had each other. We had the bonds of human beings. Fucking.
At first I thought this might be the source of your soul's anguish. But now I see I was mistaken. You are not divided on this matter. You have put it behind you. It is with Theos that your agony lies, in sun and shadow. Your questions are not for me, but for him. And it may be that only an answer from the mouth of Theos himself will satisfy your needs. Yet if there is anything I can tell you that would be of use, ask and you shall know.
This place, sun and shadow, what is it? I could tell you what I believe, but again, it would be no proof. I have only what I have seen and what others have told me about it. There is only one man who can tell you now, who knows it to a certainty, and you shall face him soon enough. I will leave you to see it for yourself. Make your own judgments. Better for your soul that way, I think. Oh, God, gag me with a spoon. Are you bound here till the end of time?
In a matter of speaking. This is Braeth Yamen, the court of the penitents. Souls are confined here until they repent. They must beg the forgiveness of a god, pledge their soul to them, and they will be lifted from this place to the world above.
Blah.
In truth, they receive leniency, but not true mercy.
Oh my God,
The
I
spite of
fucking
Woodacre
hate.
is eternal. They linger above, at the side of the old court, and are not permitted to leave the island, forever severed from the cycle.
Kai Wynn is my least favorite DS9 character. Kane, yes. She reminds me of Kai Wynn. Yes. She sounds exactly like Kai Wynn, and I fucking hate her. I hate Kai Wynn. That's why I hate her, is because she sounds just like Kai Wynn. Like, everything she says is very Kai Wynn. She's like, blessings upon you, my child. And I'm like, oh, get fucked. Like, I just instinctively am like, ugh. That's why I hate her.
This prison was full once in the days of the Inquisition. But time weathers all things, even will. I'm the only tenant who remains. Yet, I feel their presence strongly now, as it was in the beginning. You have brought many of them here. They cry out for the judgment of Theos. You have struck some bargain with the gods, then.
Oh yeah, those gods that you don't believe in? Totally, I did. Yes, I did. I talked to them. I talked to these people that you don't believe in. Yes, Iovara. The other gods aid me because they want Theos destroyed. I owe them no debt.
They aid you because they would bend you to their own purposes.
I haven't gotten to that part,
With
Cam.
both gods from ideals. And an ideal on its own is a grotesque and vicious thing.
An ideal on its own is a grotesque and vicious thing?
But these souls, These forgiven the gods have bequeathed you like chattel. They were loyal followers in life. They will be with you to the very end.
Why don't you just repent? Why have you been here for so long?
Last time someone asked me that, I was bound to an iron wheel with a broken spine. There are many things I've come to doubt about the choices I made in life. But that trial was my one moment of certainty. Even without a chorus of gods to tell me I had been right. The gods need to be reminded that we have a spirit, and that spirit is proof against their power. They have the power to manipulate and confuse and ruin us, but not to change our will. I will remain here until the world crumbles and fades from existence, with joy in my heart, knowing I've shown them what they truly are.
All right, well, I'm really happy for you, but I literally cannot talk to you for another goddamn second.
Theos will not wait for you. If you do not catch up to him now, you may never find him again.
Then peace out!
It's a cruel fate to waste all this time to be reunited with my only sister, only to be forced to part soon after. But then, what is life but a series of brief encounters with those we love? If ever we should meet again, in this life or any other.
Okay, bye. Get fucking out
Laying
of
low.
here. I just can't with you. TBH. I just, like, I can't. I cannot even.